Well, hi and welcome to another LRCC Soundbite. Now, if you've been following the last few of these, you'll know that I'm telling the stories that were written down by a guy called Luke about Jesus. This week, I'm going to tell you what Luke writes about the first disciples that Jesus recruited. Now, in case you don't know, disciples are learners or apprentices. And for teachers in Israel at that time, it was normal for them to have a group of people travelling with them and learning from them. You might know that Jesus famously had 12 disciples. Well, this is Luke's account of how the first 3 of them joined Jesus. At this point, before this, of course, Jesus was teaching solo, if you like, talking to people, making a reputation for himself. He was starting to become famous in the area. People would come and crowd around to hear what he'd got to say. This particular day, Jesus found himself by the Sea of Galilee. It's the largest freshwater lake in Israel. It's also, incidentally, the lowest freshwater lake in the world at about 210 metres below sea level. Only the very, very salty Dead Sea is lower. Anyway, this day there were a lot of people. So to make some space for himself, Jesus saw a boat, got into it and asked the owner, a guy called Simon, to row out a little way. And then Jesus sat there in the boat and taught people from there. When Jesus had finished, I wonder what Simon had thought of everything that he'd heard. We don't know, but it must have made some sort of impression. After all, it's not every day a young teacher growing in popularity borrows your fishing boat. But Jesus seems to want to sort of make a bit more of it with Simon. So he tells Simon, row out a bit deeper. Let's not go back yet. See what fish you can catch. Now Simon, we now find, hasn't had a good night. He tells Jesus how he and his partners, James and John, they've been fishing all night and they've caught nothing. But because Jesus asked and because Simon recognised something about Jesus, he did it. He rowed out further, dropped the nets over the side. They're there on their own, just the 2 of them. So suddenly, when the nets become so full and heavy with fish that they can't pull them back in, they're bit of a panic sets in really, and Simon calls his partners to bring their boat out and to help, and they had so many fish by the time they got it in that both boats were seriously struggling to stay afloat. That's how much weight was added. They did manage to get back to shore, of course, and by this point Simon had not just heard what Jesus said but seen what Jesus was about and seen this amazing miracle of fish, and he fell down at Jesus' feet and told Jesus that he should go because he himself, Simon, he didn't feel he was worthy to be with him, to be around him. But Jesus says to Simon and his friends, don't worry about it. Come with me. Just like we just caught all those fish, I'm going to help you change the lives of so many people. It will be like fishing for people. And you know what they did? The 3 of them, they left it all and started travelling with Jesus right there and then. No ifs, no buts. They did it straight away. And they started to learn from him and they started to do amazing things. I wonder what things might have had an impact on your life. Things that had a huge impact on the way that you think and the way that you live. I think we've all learned in the last couple of years that things don't always turn out the way you expect. For Simon, James and John, life would never be the same again. They followed Jesus around as he taught for the next 3 years. And after that, when Jesus had gone back to heaven, they continued spreading his message of how we can be changed for the better, how God wants to be our friend, and how that change that God brings in us lasts forever. That message is still the same today. That's the message that we want to spread. That's what we want to tell people. And all of that started with Jesus borrowing Simon's boat. As always, feel free to contact me if you want to hear more. God bless you, and I'll see you next week.